Alright, this is it. We've been wanting to do this for a long time. Oh, this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but every time I went to do it, we just get distracted by other things. No more. Alright? No more. We're gonna do this. Okay? Even if it's only half, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do something about it. We're finally doing the Conjurer's Guild. And we're gonna get our White Mage thing. Get what is the, our stone. Chopstone. We're gonna get the lore! The lore of the White Mage! Hi. My first cane. Well. No offense, man, but... The part of Conjurer becomes you, Ronald. Without further ado, I shall assign you your first task as a Conjurer of Stillglade Fane. Just beyond the city gates, you encounter squirrels, ladybugs, and fungars. I would have you slay 3 of each. At least you wonder how I could so coolly order the taking of life. Know that things are not as they once were. As a consequence of the calamity, and I may add, through no fault of their own, these creatures have become a burden to the Twelveswood, a burden it cannot well bear. As a conjurer, it is your duty to carry out the will of the forest, and by employing your powers in doing so, you shall come to learn something of your art. Go now, Ronald. Perform your first task in the name of the elementals. And it begins. So yeah, for this story, we have not done any of the quests apparently. So yeah, we have not done anything. So this is a clean slate for this story. So I most likely will try my best to focus completely on it. I really need to set up this as we go along. Where are the fungus? Yeah. Oh. Oh. Welcome back, Ronald. The elementals have told me of your success. By placing yourself in the midst of nature and seeing it with a conjurer's eyes, you have taken your first step along the path to enlightenment. Healing, protection, and destruction. Though our spells vary in function, they all derive their power from the same source. The forces embodied in all creation. By gaining a true understanding of these, a conjurer may call upon them to manipulate his environment, thereby realizing the state of being that he desires. Ah yes, yours is a familiar walk. The very picture of confusion. Be not disheartened, for comprehension shall come in due time. For now you must learn to reach out to the forces embodied in each of us. Pray, hearken to my instructions. Breathe deep and open your eyes to that which cannot be seen. Feel the mirrored life around you and draw upon the boundless reservoir of energy. Take up your cane and use it to lend that energy form. Go forth, my young conjurer, and be at one with the world. Return to me when you have learned to draw upon the forces around you, but the self same ease you will draw upon those within. The next conjurer quest will be available at level 5. You mean this one? Oh. Yeah. But it's good to see you again, Ron. By the air of serenity that's around you, it is plain you have learned to draw upon the energy of creation. I am glad. It is the wellspring of all our power. Yet, the energies of creation is not one but many, and to call upon all who know, first knowing each is conjuring at its most basic. As part of your continuing education is my desire that you now learn about the element of earth. Make your way to Blessed Bud in the North Shroud, and there partake of Hero's Lalafell's wisdom. The depth of his affinity for the elementals of rock and sword is all but unique amongst conjurers, and he is a gifted instructor besides. You may be certain of receiving a most enlightening lesson on the subject of Earth. Let me do something real quick. I forgot to do it earlier. Now no one can message me. Just in case my FC leader returns. It's like, get in the party, we're gonna do maps or some more. We just did maps before I got on. That's why I said I would be gone for an hour, but it was like a little bit longer. Because the moment I got off Power World, I jumped at a call with my FC. And they all were like doing maps and dragged me along. So, yeah. But yeah, it's all good though. So yeah. You seek Kira Nalea? Then seek no more, for you have found him. What can I do for you, friend? So, brother Yi Yusumayan? Did you come to me to learn of the element of earth? That as well. That as well. The power of earth is a solid foundation upon which a conjurer stands. I could happily lecture you for days on its intricate variations and properties, but I rather suspect the busy life of an adventurer would not afford the time required for such extended discourse. Accordingly, I shall offer you an opportunity to experience the quality of earth firsthand in combat. Now, mark me well, Ronald, and do exactly as I command. East of here, in the grounds of Tree, Tree Speak Stables, there exists a patch of soil that bears the mark of corruption. Seek it out. When you have found when you have found the place, reach out to the focus of the earth's trauma and attempt to commune with it, as all conjurers can. Resentful of your intrusion, the tainted being that feasts unseen upon the energies steeping from the wounded earth shall then appear, using the powers of conjuring, strike it down and permit the land a chance to heal. Much of the nature of earth will be revealed to you during the struggle, Ronald. I trust you will return to me a wiser woman than she who now departs. Hmm. Okay. Um, very. Okay. I'm doing my best. You know. Hmm. Uh, Welcome back, Ronald. The elementals whisper of your accomplishments. How did it feel? Hang on a sec. There we go. How did it feel to confront that embodiment of Earth, to endure its onslaught? Has the crushing power of this element shaken the very marrow of your bones? Not really. Corruption occurs when the land's wounds are prevented from healing and vanquishing the tainted spray. You permitted the Earth's energies to flow unimpeded and to nourish the land once more. Can you not sense the strength of the earth returning? Already the land begins to heal thanks to your actions. That field will once again bear bountiful crops. Ne- when next you have reason to call upon your art, look back upon this task and that which you accomplished. Experience once more the grinding weight of the earth's fury and revel in the memory of life flowing anew through the land you helped restore. With such thoughts, shall your understanding of nature continue to grow. I hope you were paying attention, Sylvie. See this adventurer here? Rotto came all the way from Stillglade Van just to hear my lesson. You would do well to learn from her example. If you wish to become a conjurer worthy of the name, you must make an effort to study nature. Attend? Do you attend me, young lady? Why should I bother studying nature? Because it's important. We need to learn the balance. I can conjure already. She's one of them people. Like, I can do it already. See? I can do that too. You have you have a rare gift for healing, Sophie. A wonderful gift, yet there is more to being a conjurer than. But I don't want to do more. I want to heal. I'm good at healing. You can't make me do those other things. You're kind of going to need to do those other things. I'm sorry, sweetie. We're not back. I know you were designed all the way back in Realm Reborn, but during those mechanics where it's either cleric stance or whatever the other one was, where it's like pretty much healing stance or DPS stance, and we had to choose one or the other. But in these days, you have to be able to do both healing and DPS. If you're not healing, you're DPSing. As someone who's mastered that, who was an Astro main last expansion for a little bit, it's like, this shouldn't be hard. Sometimes I wonder why I even try. Sophie joined the guild shortly before you came to us. As you yourself just experienced, she possesses a prodigious talent for healing. Indeed, despite her tender years, I know a few conjurers who are her equal in that field. Alas, nature, the very wellspring of her power, holds no interest for the child, and when she should, by rights, be learning about the land, she prefers instead to wander it, healing people on a whim. You, in contrast, have been a most attentive student. I have taught you all I know of the element of earth. You may report back to Brother Isumi and tell him as much. I'll go do that. Teleport to the Conjurer's Guild. It's actually been a long while since I actually did a story. Like, I think the last one we did was, what, Black Mage, I think? It was either Black Mage or Reaper. I think it was Black Mage, though. Where we did all we could. Ronald, you have returned. Tell me, how did you fare under Nolano's expert tutelage? Have you delved deeper into the earth and felt its suffocating weight, its life-sustaining vigor? Such experiences will serve you well. And have you aught else to report? A fledgling conjurer named Sophie. Cast healing magic upon you? How kind of her. I must confess to sharing Nolana's frustration with the girl. As you yourself have witnessed, Sophie possesses a natural talent for the conjuring of mending and restoration. Alas, her gifts appear to have blinded her to the need for study, and she outright refuses to learn about the natural world. She knows nothing of the elements of earth and wind, and is quite incapable of conjuring even the tiniest pebble or the faintest breeze. I have tried upon numerous occasions to explain to her that conjurers who are ignorant of the source of their power poses a risk to themselves and others, but all to no avail. Should she continue to deny the debt she owes to nature and indulge in ever more reckless displays of power, there is every possibility that she will create a dangerous imbalance. Needless to say, I am presently at a loss to know how such an eventuality might be prevented. A thought occurred to me, Ronald. It might be that your encounter with Sophia was ordained by the elementals. Should you chance to meet with her again, I ask that you strive to press upon her the importance of opening oneself to nature's voice. Perhaps she will listen to you. And we have discussed our wayward young friend's education enough. Let us speak instead of one of my more willing pupils, namely you. The progress you have made does you great credit, Ronald. Though you have though you are yet new to the art of conjuring, you are no stranger to nature's embrace. Considering all that you have learned, I hope you understand the true significance of these words. Mm-hmm. Oh, now I have a shield. Great. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Oh, I needed my inhaler. I don't know why, but the cold is really sparking my asthma really bad this lately. Trial by wind. Greeting, Ronald. Each time we meet, the part of conjurers befits you ever better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the element of earth. It is by desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to full flower cone in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Hero Woofire. Those scant few years have passed since her age is a conjurer of consummate skill who is able to divine the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of the wind. So yeah, I think lore-wise, I think we could say because we did Black Mage for Ron. Like, we mastered Black Mage. And when I mean mastered, we mean mastered. So it's very easy for him to manipulate ether and energies as White Mage, most likely, because now Ron is because of the history of being a Black Mage. Ugh. Oh. There we go. You must be Ron, brother Izumi-yan. That word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now, how to proceed? Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of hero, and well, you are my first student. Oh, really? Yes. I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweet Bloom Pier, there's a small spring giving rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm. Lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhap you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study. I sympathize, Rana, but trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind. Oh, it's this way, okay. So yeah, originally these job quests were supposed to give you the abilities that you see that I already have. Technically, this should have gave me the wind ability arrow. Welcome back. I take it the bees are no more. Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Valkyns prefer flowers in the vicinity of the spring? I asked because there were none. Strange then, is it not, that the bees should choose to congregate there? And what has caused this behavior? Still your mind and reach out with your sisters. Can you feel it? The path of the wind veers from its natural course, sweeping hapless creatures along in its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air currents. Such a disturbance bespeaks corruption. Return to the spring near Sweet Bloom Pier and search for pockets of corrupted air. If you find one, use your power as a conjurer to dispense it. Ah. Uh-oh. Corrupted air. Oh, this is all. Ooh. Uh-oh. What? We're fine. Oh, not fun. I just had to do one last hit on it. Yeah, because of how powerful we are. Well done. The wind no longer keens its frustration. Let us return to Full Flower. Ah. Whee! I don't have a white mage, I don't think I have any that represents white mage. I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated, but it is through such trial that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Ronald, what did you learn as you struggled within the Ariscarass? You will doubtless have noticed that wind does not strike with the instant crushing force of earth. Instead, it torments one form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with wind's capacity for patient destruction. No land is a stranger to its power. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, remember the lessons you have learned here this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know what I would have taught you had it not. But the growing frequency of such phenomenon begins to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon the Twelves, I suspect some other forces at work here. I bid you remain wary, Ronald. But enough of these ominous rumblings. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Stillglade, Fan, and inform Brother Isumi of your newfound mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student. So yeah. So in other words, it was practically trying to teach you, yeah, wind, it's a dot. Patiently just withering away at things. She just explained the long term that we use arrow as a dot. Welcome back, Ronald. The elementals inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well. Having made allies of two elements, you are well on your way along the path of conjuring. The full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient as you seek to embrace nature more fully. So will nature hold you more closely. They made you study wind? Why bother? Well, honestly, because I already know 5 of the elements? Fire, lightning, ice, wind. Yeah. I know 5 of the 6 elements. Water is the only one we're missing in the end. Because remember, as Black Mage, we get fire, ice, and lightning. So I have masteries over there, and now I have mastery. Well, not full mastery, but an understanding of wind and earth. Water is the only one missing. And once I learn water, oh, watch out, folks. You don't need wind to heal things. Whatever those dreary listens tell you. Who said I wanted to heal? Conjuring is intricately bound with nature, Sophie. That dreary lesson is one you should have learned by now. I assume by your presence here that you have once again abandoned your tutors. You must understand, if you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge. I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal. And the people she helped were thankful for her art. I'll learn conjuring the same way she did and become just as great a conjurer, you'll see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, brother Isumi. I wanted to tell you that I have discovered how to cast rays. Excuse me? What were you thinking, girl? You know not what you do, what you risk. You're meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, no recourse but to strip you of the name of conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if I were trying to hurt anyone. You really are dumb. Oh, but my dear child, that is precisely the point. Apologies, Ronald. I hope you did not find these constant disruptions distracting. If you have just heard, Sylvie's mother was also a conjurer who were unable to use any spells outside of the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sylvie seeks to emulate her in every way. It is a rare and wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature, but such power is not born of true conjuring. By all that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sylvie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I feel my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my own failings as a teacher. I am only glad that those same feelings have not hindered you, whether it be with my help or in spite of it. I believe that you will become a fine conjurer. Already you are blessed with great power, and more shall be yours, which you preserve with our art. As intended, I hope you shall. That however much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken. Ooh, that conflicts with my my black mage beliefs, though, because our is meant to be harnessed and taken for my health. But maybe this is just the balance system happening here now. So she can cast raise. What does raise say in the end? Resurrects target. Resurrects. Prowl by... Wait, we get water? Do we get water? Do we really? I don't... Well, we found our sixth element. It's good to see you again, Ronald. By the order you exude, it is plain you have grown further as a conjurer. The time has come that you acquaint yourself with the third element of our art, water. For the first part of your lesson, you are to take this flask of pristine water and pour it at the foot of the hedge tree found near Hawthorne Hut. The water's purity will draw up draw forth the corrupting entity that is stifling the tree's life force. Dispatch this being and then speak to Brother Junkin at the Hawthorne Hut. As you might expect, he is a conjurer with a fine ear for the murmurings of brook and stream. Listen well to his advice if you would learn to master the element of water. We have a water ability? I don't. I was wondering where we learn water. We don't have an ability that uses water unless that's the cure ability. Unless that's the Yasuna as well. Yeah, there's no... I mean, the only action we have is Arrow 2 and Medica. I mean, we don't... Yeah, we don't get Cure 2 until level 30. Traits? Hostile presence! Oh. I guess originally there was a water spell in this game. Because truth be told, we really don't have a water spell now, I don't think. So this was probably meant to give you it, unless they're really saying Cure is your element, water element ability. Brother Izumi informed me of your coming. I assumed it was you who purified the befouled water at the heritage tree. The joyous bubbling of the elementals was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both of them and myself, I thank you. Now, without further ado, let us speak of that which Brother Izumi sent you here to learn. I trust you did not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when your lesson this day concerns the element of water. One need not have studied botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish, of course. Water is essential for carrying the nutrients of the earth, from a tree's roots all the way to the very tips of its leaves. This precious liquid is the lifeblood of the fell's wood. Without it, naught would grow, but should it rise in too great a volume and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a crashing wave that washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all of nature is in balance. As contrary derives its power from nature, we must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt this state. Ever must we be mindful of the ceaseless tug of war in Eden creation, this fruitful stalemate of the elements. Brother Duncan, are you about? Uh-oh. I'm here, sir. What has transpired? A herd of young antelopes. Stags have gone berserk. I don't know what's got them so panicked, but there's no calming them now. The mad beasts gored the soldiers sent to shepherd them away from civilian settlements, leaving us with a pile of wounded over at Jocelyn's spire, and not enough hands to stanch the bleeding. We need a healer and fast. Curious, I said stuffing a mist in the worst wings of the element. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Apologies. I must revisit these musings anon. Let us make haste. It if matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear the number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt we too will suffice. We must divide our forces. Ronald, travel straight to Jocelyn's Spear and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavor to rally further healers and follow after you, bearing what restorative unguents I can. You, sir, head to Still Glade Fan and beseech the aid of Brother Izumi. But I realized too, we technically you learn about the three elements of fire, lightning, and fire, lightning, and ice. You don't have to be a black mage. You learn it as a thaumaturge. So you could technically learn them right away and then walk away and be like, yeah, I know the basics of those. But as a black mage going through the entire quest, you master those elements. You also master way more than just that. You master a lot. Sorry, I who are a conjurer? You say praise Nopikia. Ah. You've come not a moment too soon. Sounds like yet more wounded have just been carried in. Pray offer them what aid you can. Where are they? Oh, hey! What happened? Ask cure. Cure! Breathe again. And... yeah! Oh. That didn't hurt. These folks are out of danger for the present. Here our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with the stags yet rage, and there are reports of yet more wounded. I bid you join the wood whalers and help put an end to this. Seek them all just off the road that leads to the northeast. But do not worry, my art should be sufficient to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go. Are you sure? Okay, well. Ow. Wait, what did you say? Come to lend a hand? Have you? Quickly! The fight is this way! No, the other way! Hold on. Oh! Under your aid. Are you sure you don't want me to just change into a black mage? You sure you don't want my black mage job and just destroy these outright? Flay them alive. See, this is why you need the ability to use stone and blood. Look at this. Ow. You're just gonna stand there, aren't you, Sophie? You're just gonna stand there, aren't you? No! There's so many! Was it you? They never stop! Okay. It's denying you. Ooh, sorry. I'm fine. Don't mind me. Pray tell me what. Not too late. What have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Guildmaster. I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. I never did anything wrong. Ronald, may I ask you to follow her, please? I fear my presence will only serve to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state. Oh. Oh, is that what this is? Maybe Medica is meant to be the yeah, the white mage, the water. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's nothing there. Is this what the guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. The same thing happened to her, losing her magic on me, and then she. Am I going to die? This can't be happening. I didn't think. I need to be alone. Maybe it is a borrowing thing when it comes to like conjuring. Excuse me? What the? Excuse me? I need 20. Oh, fine. Ronald, you have returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sylvie? I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature, that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing. The principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. One has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from our own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite, and now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwillingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills, and Sylvie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, even greater. Thus, it is not unexpected that she should reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated. And I, for one, could not bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think of a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the near future, Ronald. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who have passed the trials of earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as a bringer of life, but you also felt the impeccable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path. Like earth and wind and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. But this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself ever more closely to the elements and into nature. Oh. Still don't know what water does for you. Because he's literally saying, yeah, you've learned the power to control water in a way, but it's like, okay. Still don't know what water does for you. I learned about, yeah, somebody said the same thing. Remove fluid aura from conjurers, so now you don't learn a single water spell as a conjurer. So the 15th quest to learn about water is very jarring and now. We should add a new water spell at low level so the quest makes sense. That'd be cool. Yeah. So fluid aura was the ability that they would have gave you here, or at least told you about. Which, what does fluid aura do? I guess it's just it originates from 14. As a counter ability after completing the trial by water. The ability binds the enemy for 6 seconds. Fluid Aura has an instant cast. From the game's initial relaunch, originally dealt water damage with the potency of 150 to a single target. Okay. After the release of Stormblood, had its damage effect removed in an attempt to balance out damage. killer jobs to deal now, and just the knockback effect was also remade. And what? Oh, wow! They just removed more and more from Fluid Aura. Until finally in Endwalker, the ability was removed entirely, which is kind of sad. It makes sense though to have it like, you know. A lot of people are saying like, yeah. See, that's the problem with this, with the, we talked about this is the same thing with Astro, actually. If you go back and do Astro now, if you were to make a new character, if you've done the Astro quest in the past, before Endwalker and stuff, and go back and do, um, like, certain job quest lines, they make no sense in the end. Yeah. Anyway.